K-Gospel for you.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Kgaspel.
Wow. 항상 우리 시작이 our start is always 어색해.
I know.
Yeah, but you know, this is a trend.
Yeah, we'll get used to it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, because we have no like cue card, you know. But you know, this is the generation that we're living in, right?
The 어색한 generation?
Yeah, 어색한 and real. Yeah. Unprofessional, 바보. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't want to be too polished, right? Yeah. Well, are you excited about this?
Yeah. Well, I think this snack is actually not very this generation. It's kind of old generation,
Older generation.
isn't it? Yeah.
But it's a famous
Yeah.
Korean snack which I do not like.
Actually, it's not one of my favorite snacks, but it does bring up very childhood memories. I
Yes.
think my parents used to like it, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not so much myself, but yeah, I'm actually excited to have a try
Really?
though.
I'm
yeah.
not.
Really?
This is all yours.
Why don't you like it? Why
So,
don't you like it?
This is one of the first times sharing my trauma with 오징어.
Oh, you have a trauma related to 오징어, which is octopus, right?
Yeah, octopus or squid, which is 낙지. I can't eat it.
Oh.
Ever since I was young,
What was the trauma?
just being like moving
Oh no.
and the seafood in itself. So only seafood I eat is like cooked fish or shrimp.
Oh, I see.
So even sushi I can't really eat.
Ah.
Yeah, everything else I can eat, but so ever since I was young, so people would make fun of me,
I see.
and even in college, people would be like some hyungs that I know, they'd be like, "How was the bibimbap I made?" I'm like, "Oh, it's really good. Do you know I grinded up 오징어 inside?" But he was joking.
Oh.
So for me, yeah, I can't really eat
I see.
오징어 or 낙지,
You don't like the taste as well.
even 굴. What's 굴 in English?
It's oyster.
Oyster. I went to this one church in Korea, and when we're invited, pastors they want to
They
feed
treat
you well
you,
because you
yeah.
know we're the main guests or or the ministers, right? And so I hopped onto this car and we were driving, and the parking lot in Cheonan it said 굴사랑. So the restaurant name was Oyster Love, and I went in, and we went with our band, but the pastor sat in front of me, and he's like, "Enjoy," and everything had oyster, even the rice, even the soup,
Oh no.
even the kimchi,
Did you have to have it?
even the egg. I ate everything.
Oh no.
The Korean culture, 네. That was my cross.
Yeah. That's
Not 굴사람, but 굴지옥.
unfortunate part of Korean culture. You kind of have to respect the
The elders.
yes.
Now I make sure I don't eat meals at churches, as much or go to restaurants. But
Let's
anyways,
try this.
this is good. This is
Yeah.
good. Yes.
So this one
Yeah.
is, as you can see, there is peanuts inside,
Okay.
and
I think
Yeah.
I ate it like once before because it's not really like 오징어, right?
so you don't want to even try it.
Not today. Not
Okay.
today. I'm not ready.
I'll try. I'll
Okay.
try just one.
Explain, yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Mm.
It doesn't
It's
taste
very
like
savory.
오징어, right?
It doesn't taste like.
Oh, I can
Actually-
smell like the peanut.
It's more peanut. It's like peanut butter. It's like salty peanut butter inside a crunchy biscuit.
There you go. So
Yeah.
anybody who's curious, that's what it tastes like. Okay?
Yeah. Oh, it's actually really good.
Yeah. Oh, another popular Korean snack is 새우깡, right? And and I don't mind that as well. Shrimp crackers.
So you can't eat seafood, but in certain ways, like 새우깡,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah, it's complicated. Yeah, I like gogi. I like meat. I like meat. Yes, but once again, we don't want to focus on the flesh,
Yeah.
but we want to focus on the spirit.
Yeah. So that was our little K-food corner of the
Yeah.
day.
Leave a comment below what other K food or snacks that you
Yeah.
would like for us to try, and we'll try it on your behalf.
Yeah. But let's move on to the song that we're going to share.
Oh, it's an all-time favorite.
I really enjoyed singing it with you today because I know that it's one of your favorite songs, right?
Yeah.
It's mine too.
Really?
Tell me how it has it become your favorite song? One of your favorite songs.
When I was going through the hardest time in my life, rock bottom,
Wow.
about 10 years ago,
Was that in Korea?
I was doing ministry in Korea. It was already like God opened crazy doors for 10 years. I even did K-pop. I went on, all these TV shows. Also, ministry-wise, I went to over like 14 countries. And my song was becoming more famous. And
So you were like high up
yeah,
there.
it took 10 years, but and then suddenly, personal crisis, which I will not share today. But but we all everyone goes through those times, and it was hard. So I dropped worship music. I dropped Christian, not only Christian music, but I think I dropped my faith.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I've always been honest with this.
Wow.
Even these days when I share my testimony at different churches and camps, I've always been honest with my 방황.
So what was your emotion toward God at that time?
It was anger and why, because I felt like I lived like Abraham, I lived like David,
You lived for
I
God.
was faithful, and this is what I get. That was my first
Initial reaction.
But the real reason, I think, was because everything was hard, and I felt like God was, He left me in a way, abandoned. But then at the same time, I left God in my heart. I stopped praising. I stopped reading the Bible. I stopped singing about God. It was a choice. And at the same time, all these thoughts, I wanted to return to that place, with me and God being
Intimate.
and
Yeah.
being, just close, like the first 10 years, I guess, of my faith. So I had all these different emotions. I wanted to return, but I didn't know how. I wanted to feel God, but I could not. So that's what kind of was in my heart. And during that time, on Apple Music, As I Gaze Upon You, Lord, in Korean, Rebecca Nuna, that I know closely, the songwriter of the song, her version on Apple Music, it was on replay 200 times.
Wow.
When I couldn't sing.
It just stuck by you.
And the lyrics, it was in my situation, in pain, in sorrow. Even when I stumble down, 내가 넘어질지라도, 내가 무너질지라도, my heart
will ever praise the King.
And I wasn't fully there, but deep in my heart, I still had that 1%. Lord, I would love to worship you again, but right now I'm falling down.
Yeah.
So this song, it helped me embrace the pain, but also embrace hope at the same time.
It's amazing what songs of faith can do, because even when you're in a kind of state where you're numb to everything, the soul like stirs from the song, and the messages of faith and praise, it kind of awakens you somehow. I think that's the power of song and praise.
Yeah, that's the power of worship and praise, So I couldn't sing it, but I heard it, and it kept on, piercing my heart to the point where a couple years later, I returned to God, and that's when I really began to worship. Because worshiping in the desert and worshiping after you go through the fire is different, and I needed to go through that fire. And hearing the story of how Rebecca Hwang wrote this song, she was thinking of the North Korean church.
Really? I
Oh,
didn't
you
know
didn't know?
that. I didn't know. I knew that. I know her as well. I've never
You're
heard
all
her
about
talk
North
about-
Korean missions.
I know.
But so maybe this is why this
wow.
resounded in your heart.
Yeah.
She was thinking about the underground church
I see,
in
I
North
see.
Korea and how they would feel and what situation they would be in as they worship God in pain, in sorrow, in persecution.
Yeah. That's amazing. I mean, for me, this song, I think it's one of the few Korean songs that resonate in equally or even more sung in English as well. So that's why I want to sing it to the English audience as well.
Right.
Because it's not too different for me, at least. It's sung in Korean, sung in English. Usually there's a kind of, it's better in Korean. Like, there are some things the English language can't grasp, you know, it's
Right.
from the original song. But this one, like with the English language, I still feel the I don't know, connected.
You know why?
In the same way. Why?
Because
why is that?
this is the only song that once released in Korean, there were already English lyrics. So the songwriter Rebecca,
She
it was
intended it in
it was
English
already
as well.
in English
Wow, that's why. Okay, so that's why.
from the very beginning. So it
I
started in the, it's
see.
probably one of the only you know cases probably. Besides me or
Yeah.
us, I guess,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know, if we write a song, you know, and we can do it both in English and Korean.
Yeah. I think it's one of those songs that I constantly just go back to. Like it always, in my personal worship with God, I always just somehow end up singing this song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One fun fact: 15 years ago, when I was having my own concert, backstage, somebody handed me the mic, and her name is Rebecca Hwang. Before she released her album,
I see.
she was behind the stage. She handed me my mic, and also, crazy thing was, I even sang K-pop, like you know 성시경, yeah, you know, I think 미소 천사 or something. And I smile like that, like 미소 천사. It's gonna be thumbnail, but or no, not 미소 천사. 좋을 텐데, like some, and she was singing chorus.
Yeah.
Behind stage. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just her humility and just, you know, for
Yes.
us, the positions don't matter. Whether we're, you know, on the stage or off the stage or, you know, receiving the spotlight or just behind the computer or behind the camera. It doesn't matter because a worshiper worship
Amen.
before the Lord in every situation. And
Yeah.
that stuck with me for over 15 years.
I actually have huge respect for Rebecca Hwang as well because during the first few years of my time in Korea, I was introduced to her, and I just had a continued relationship of like just fellowship. We would just have meals together.
Yeah.
I would visit her house and
Oh,
play
that's
with
great.
her daughter, and we would just share the word together and just the experience of leading worship. I just received a lot from her, a lot of just, you know, the being in the spirit. Yeah, so I still remember those times as very nurturing and very very encouraging to my journey as a worship leader. And she's very, like you said, very humble person who holds so much authority given by the
And
Spirit.
anointing.
I think. Yes, yeah,
As a worshiper.
yeah, yeah.
This episode is about Rebecca Hwang and her love for Jesus and how we love her.
Hi, Rebecca, if you're there.
Please watch this episode,
Yes,
Rebecca.
we love your
Sponsored
song.
by Rebecca Hwang. This 오징어땅콩.
But we need more 선배s like that. I mean, I want to become a 선배 like that, and you're already a 선배 like that.
I just, you know, as long as I can overcome my weakness of 오징어, I think, you know, I can. But you know,
Yeah.
we're not just here to share Korean gospel songs. Actually, you know, we want to share these stories of Korean worshipers and Christian artists and sing singer-songwriters,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
they live and how those songs come out of their life and their love for God. One last boasting about Rebecca Hwang. I heard a story. She got married, a long time ago, and then she was saving up money for her wedding, and she had a big lump sum. I think about 500 만 원, which is about
500만 원?
500만 원, which is a lot, right?
Like 6,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that?
$6,000
Yeah.
or $5,000
Yeah.
roughly. And she was praying, what should I do with this? And she was preparing for her wedding. And,
So it was for her wedding.
and she donated all of that for the church youth praise team. Because there were a couple of teenagers, worshiping and they were so precious. And so she used that money instead of for her wedding funds.
That's so precious.
She used it for those youth to worship God with new instruments. And
So did God provide for the wedding?
You saw her kid. Everything worked out.
Everything.
You went to her house. Everything worked out.
Yes, God is the God who provides.
Yes. I think we have to end with like your wedding.
Wow, 갑자기. Yeah.
You wanna say anything to your future husband on one of these cameras? No.
Yeah, no, you're making me 어색해.
Okay.
Yes.
Lastly, do you have any? I guess we always talk about this, but any new hopes and dreams and plans? For the next couple months or so, or next year, because everything's changing, right?
Yeah. I think I'm not gonna be very. This might sound very 뭐라 그러지? 두루뭉실.
Okay, yeah. Vague.
But you know how I said I was in a heart of lament?
Yeah.
But recently I met a lot of missionaries. And just meeting them and listening to their testimonies and just hearing about the things that are going on in their mission fields, I was very much
humbled.
Yes, humbled and full of hope because of this. Oh, God is alive.
Amen.
And even in everything I do, whether it's ministry or all the relationships, God is alive, and I just felt hope that God is moving in a good way.
Amen.
He has good things planned.
Definitely.
Yeah, even among all this chaos and war and division, He's still
God
at
uses
work.
His people, missionaries and all of us. And we may be that one person out of thousands, but that one person God will use.
Yeah.
And it may be through suffering, it may be through pain, it may be through it may not be a good situation, but if you choose Jesus, there's hope.
Yeah. So I just want to encourage the viewers and to everyone to really take heart, because we see things that are, at chaos, but still there is truth working. There is God working.
I would recommend you guys listen to Third Base, Shaken. Yes, on this channel. That song is about that.
Yes.
Everything's shaking around us, but God is firm. God is working. So I would recommend you're part of that as well, right?
Yeah,
yes.
a little bit.
You forgot about it.
No, I didn't.
My daughter Tabi, even now, when she was a baby, I would always turn that on for her. She memorized all the lyrics at 4 years old.
Wow.
I didn't teach her.
She's clever.
I didn't teach her, but she would memorize the lyrics and sing it. But even now, 3 years later, she still asks me to turn that on. 아빠, shaken.
So come on, guys, click on Shaken.
아빠 그거. Arise and shine. 아빠 shaken. One more time. 한 번 더. 아빠도 한 번 더. 하지마. Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. Any last words from you to wrap things up?
I think just I'm thankful for this show, Kgaspel for you, and I hope that we're not living in our own bubble. Like we shared today about missionaries and about this song, the North Korean church, to worship God, the persecution and it's a life or death situation for many people, but we're living in Seoul and some people may be living in America or Canada or Australia where we're experiencing freedom to worship.
Amen.
So I hope that we don't take it for granted. I hope that we don't live in our bubble. And also like through these songs, we want to share these amazing songs and stories and confessions from South Korea. From a poor nation, to come this far. It was God's grace. And these songs are, now being translated in English. And maybe it might not be that popular now, but it's going to last a lifetime and someone's going to look back at this video.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all I want to share. And please pray for me with my relationship with 오징어. Maybe I can overcome it if you pray for me. Okay. God bless you.
K-Gospel for you.